Or Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashem Hal Wahaba Kapadash. Double honors to apostles, a great millstone, and salutations to your elect, which you ought to be. It's your brother Hawaii. Got a quick lesson for you Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelites about the shame of looking like heathens. Who spirit bear witness that they're the child of Heavenly Father. And the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, who the world inly calls Jehovah, God, or Yahweh. And the name of the Heavenly Son is Yahweh Shai, who the world inly calls Jesus Christ, or Jesus Christos, or Yeshua. Quick lesson. Any other precepts come out, you already know it's the Holy Spirit. It's the Holy Spirit, whether you believe it or not. And quick lesson, you know, uh, hey man, you know, we can't expect everybody to keep the faith. You see, can't expect everybody to fight the good fight of faith. You see, and when it comes down to the MOTB, the mark of the beast and whatnot and stuff, you're gonna have a lot of willful individuals. You see, and expect for the closest one and stuff to do you in or do you dirty. You see, because even when it came down to Yahweh, he had one stuff that was in his circle who was destined to betray him. It's going to be the same way when it comes down to all of us who believe in this truth and also expect that if somebody had failed and whatnot, and they fallen from the grace of the Lord, you know what I'm saying? They're going to expect for you to go down too. And also, just like when it came down to the serpent, how he beguiled Eve, Esau is going to go through the women because they weak, materialistic, can get their head bigged up and stuff about, certain things and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Certain promises that he so-called makes that he'll do this and do that. If there's anybody of their concern and whatnot and stuff, and guess what? They're gonna be like, it's like, look, we could do this, we could do that. All you gotta do is this, that, and the third. Or allow a motherfucker to do this, that, and the third, you see? And I'm gonna stand on it. Yeah, the scriptures do talk about being deceived when it comes down to taking the mark of the beast. That's what MOTB means, abbreviation, right? But the thing is that the Lord ain't finna, crucify you and stuff just because, you got deceived on the uh, on a on a contract. I made this scenario, signed the contract, but then you like, you know what? I ain't finna do this. And whatnot and stuff. What can they do? You see, you know, right? So this and plus they're gonna use somebody and stuff that you trust. They're gonna use somebody that you trust. You know what I'm saying? To get your for you to drop your guard. They gonna use somebody that you trust and stuff to drop your guard and whatnot and stuff, so they can make way with their plans. And I'm gonna tell you this: you gotta be deceived on you gotta get deceived on the device, not the contract. You see, you gotta get deceived on the device. So like, you gotta get deceived on the device. And the thing is that the Lord is gonna warn everybody about it. The Lord's gonna warn everybody about it and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So they wouldn't have no excuse if they still took it. You see? And uh, the concept of the MOTV is pretty much denouncing the Lord and stuff and choosing another God, right? That's why in the old time and stuff, guess what? They had to, back in the ancient days and stuff, they had to eat pork to denounce the Lord and stuff, you see? And the thing is that we have one individual, Eleazar, the older man, who sat up here and took the torch and stuff instead of sitting up here and bowing the knee and stuff, you know what I'm saying, to his captors, you see? And the thing is that back then and stuff, it was about taking about whatever object and stuff that they wanted you to ingest or consume, in order for you to show your allegiance when it come down to that current system, right? And what do? They forced it. They forced it in his mouth, just so. And it's like pretend that it's lawful food and stuff. Pretend that it's lawful food and whatnot. Pretend that it's lawful food. So you can send off other Israelites and stuff to do it. Which a lot of these celebrities and stuff, they're most definitely gonna do that and stuff. Why? Because they don't want to be separated from the money and the benefits that Esau, Edom, the full-blooded spirit Caucasian, has given them. You see, right? So, uh, I'm gonna stand on that because there's an example. You have like when it come down to the ideal of the dildo and the vibrator, it actually came from men being castrated, and the Lord said that if you get castrated and stuff, then guess what? You cut off from your people. But guess what? Esau did it anyways. You see, Esau did it anyways because it was a sign of butt breaking. It was a sign of butt breaking and whatnot and stuff, just so he can get his influence and stuff amongst the other Israelites and stuff to bow down to him. You see, and and several different things. Where Esau went ahead and just did it in a thought process. It's like, well, if this happens and what the scripture says and stuff, that it ain't supposed to happen for you, or you not supposed to do it, then, for yourself and whatnot, if I do it and stuff, you still condemned. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You see? So this is, right. Just know, man, bear with me. So, when it come down to it, if they did, like, it's the same way I made this point. How shall walk perfectly, but the scripture says, "Thou shalt not make any cuttings in thy flesh." But they nailed him to a tree. That's impalement. That's cutting of the flesh. Is he gonna get blamed for it? No. You see, and you have a lot of individuals where it's like, you know what? But when you read Romans 8:34, it says, "Who is he that condemneth?" It's a question. What I'm saying? Because a lot of individuals will think that you will get condemned by somebody else and stuff if you rub them the wrong way. Nah, you can't. The condemnation and stuff is the word. You got to go against the word, and the Lord's going to give you warning about all things. So when you face with a big decision, it'll be all on you. So this Matthew 26:20. It says, "Now when the even was come, he sat down with the 12, because it was the time of the Passover." It says, actually, verse 19, it says, "And the disciples did as Yahushua had appointed them, and they made ready the Passover." Verse 20, it says, "Now when the even, sundown was come, it says, he sat down with the 12, and as they did eat, he said, Verily I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me." You see, because that was part of the prophecy. Verse 22, it says, and they were exceedingly sorrowful, and began every one of them to say unto him, Lord, is it I? Is it I? It says, and he answered and said, He that dippeth his hand with me in a dish, the same shall betray me. You see? And the thing is that what the Lord is Lord was king of perception. You see? And the thing is that he could perceive and stuff how people's personalities was. And when it come down to Judas Iscariot and stuff, he was the one that was lost. You see, because when scriptures when Yahweh Shai had told him, you know what I'm saying, of the prophecies and stuff, that how he had to be crucified and stuff in order for the kingdom to come, Judas Iscariot thought that it's like, well, if we get this thing done, if we fast forward, if we force the Lord's hand and stuff, then guess what? Uh, if we force the Lord's hand and stuff, then guess what? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be in the kingdom. But he was sadly mistaken and stuff, you see, because that was the beginning of the end. We at the end of the end, you see. And it says, verse 22, it says, and they were so like it says, verse 23, it says, and he answered and said, I read that. Verse 24, it says, the Son of Man goeth as it is written of him, but woe unto that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. Now that was Yahweh Shai. There's going to be betrayal and stuff that's going to happen amongst brethren, those who believe in the Lord. You see, it's going to be a lot of Galatians 2 and 4s and stuff that's going to infiltrate, you know what I'm saying, to try to get people to, try to get brothers and stuff, or even sisters, you know what I'm saying, you know, to turn it back and go straight from the Lord, you see. And some going to get got, you see. Now, they're going to always be placed in a situation where you got to make a decision. Hour of temptation. Hour just means a certain period of time, you see. It don't have to be an hour. It could be an hour, you know what I'm saying, you know, but it just, that hour just means a certain period of duration. You see, a certain period of time, you see, where you in the midst of that, right? And it says, verse 24 again, it says, the Son of Man goeth as it is written of him, but woe unto that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It had been good for that man if he had not been born. It says, then Judas, which betrayed him, answered and said, Master, is it I? He said unto him, thou hast said, because Yahushua peeped it out already. Not only did he knew about for the scriptures that he was learning, you know what I'm saying, you know, ever since he started the ministry of 33, he already knew that somebody was going to betray him. He recognized that he was the Messiah, you see, right? And the thing is that he was asking the Lord in the valley of Gethsemane, you know what I'm saying, take this cup away from me. Because not only did he want to die, you know what I'm saying, because think about that. We are, us right now and stuff, we know that some of us can be martyrs, you know what I'm saying, but then to know that you about to die and whatnot and stuff, you see, and it's going to be a gruesome death, you know, you going to pray. The Lord ain't give him no answer, right? Right? And he knew who it was. It didn't say, in the prophecy, it didn't say, because when it comes down to Matthew's, like as I'm reading right now, the Apostle Matthew and stuff, when writing things down and stuff as he go now. You see? The thing is that Yahweh Shai already peeped out who it was and stuff through using his perception. You know? The scripture says, try the spirits by the spirits. So what are you going to do? You're going to read the spirit of the people. And he read the spirit of Judas. He read the spirit of Judas and was like, he read the spirit of Judas. And the thing is, it's like, you going to be the one who did it. That's why he said, the one who dipped his hand into the into the bowl with him. Like it for the noise. The one who was gonna dip the bowl with him and stuff, right? So this is this verse 26. It says, and they were eating. Yahushua took bread and blessed it and brake it and gave it to the disciples and said, take, eat, this is my body. It says, and he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, drink ye all of it. It says, for this is my blood of the New Testament. It says, which is shed for many for the remission of sins. because he was going to be that lamb and stuff. And as you read in Exodus, the 12th chapter, it clearly tells you and stuff that you would use a lamb and stuff just so for sin, for forgiveness of sins. Verse uh, 29, it says, "But I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine, which was until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom." And when they had sung a hymn, it says they went out into the Mount of Olives. Then said Yahushua unto them, "All ye shall be offended because of me this night, for it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock shall be scattered." And it says, "But after I am risen again, I will go before you into Galilee." Peter answered and said unto him, "Though all men should be offended because of thee, yet will I never be offended." Right? So, uh, verse 41, it says, "Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak." And then when it comes down to certain individuals, you know what I'm saying? You know how you got the house of David and then you got the house of Saul and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Uh, 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 when it comes down to it and stuff, you're gonna have individuals, so they're gonna cave in. That deal won't be too sweet for them and stuff. And guess what? They're not gonna pass it. You see? And guess what? They're gonna go to the weaker vessel. You know what I'm saying? Just like how the serpent did when it came down to Eve. You see? And then you also got certain men and stuff who's gonna be in the same position and stuff because they can't make a deal go past. You see? Right? So when it come down to it, and stuff, hey, we gonna get betrayed by our own, man. You see? You know? Actually, uh well, what I was gonna get and stuff is different. I was gonna go to that Matthew 24 where it says that you should be betrayed by many. Many shall be offended and shall betray one another. You see? Now, it don't have to be the fact that somebody is offended. It can just be the fact that, it's like, well, if this is a two-part deal and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Somebody else got to be included, and whatever money, whatever money or benefits and stuff that's being given, you know what I'm saying? Guess what? They're gonna take that deal. They're gonna take that offer. You see? You know? So watch out, because hey, this is a green tree. When a dry tree and stuff is fully dry, guess what? It's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be on the same stuff. You see, and you got a lot of willful individuals and stuff. It's like, well, they probably might use the scriptures and stuff. Well, I don't even care about the scriptures. But when I say use the scriptures, scriptures gonna say, scripture says, "Thou shalt not make any cuttings in thy flesh, thy mean yours." So it's like, well, I ain't doing it to myself, but if I do it to somebody else, it'll be cool. You ain't condemning nobody when it comes down to that. You see? And once again, when it comes down to deception have to be the device. It would have to be the device. You see? The deception has to be the device. You know what I'm saying? Because if you sign the contract and stuff and you change your mind, I know I'm looping, but if you change your mind and whatnot and stuff, what are they gonna do? No, I'm sorry, you took the contract and stuff, because then the only thing left that they have is to force it upon you. And like Pastor Hart said, it's not gonna be forced upon you. You see? He said that it's not gonna be forced upon you and stuff, right? Right? And there's no contract out there and stuff that says that they can work upon you without you being aware. If you want something in your head, you're gonna go to whatever facility and stuff that they want you to go to in order for you to get it inside your head and stuff, meaning you're gonna be willing to take the surgery. You see? You know? If you want it in your right hand and stuff, because you might have some people that be like this, like, well, I just sat right there and I wasn't the one who was handling the credula. You know what I'm saying? It was the professional and whatnot. But you accepting it is going to be the fact that you sat down and allowed them to do that shit to you. You see? Meaning that you was in agreement. You see? But if you unconscious, if you not aware, and they do it to you and stuff, then guess what? You can't get judged by that. You see, scriptures do talk about exempt from judgment, as it says in Ezekiel the 9th chapter, the 4th verse. It does to be, the Thawa is exempt from judgment and whatnot. The main exempt from judgment if you innocent, man. You see. Now, if you want to call me heresies, it's like, oh, you just trying to sit up here and have people and stuff go after your own opinion and whatnot. It ain't no opinion. You see, because if Esau know that pork is something that we ain't supposed to eat, but yet he still forced it in the man's mouth, you know what I'm saying? That shouldn't have been done. You see, that shouldn't have been done. Israelite men being castrated, that shouldn't have been done unless they agreed with it. You see, you know, and once again, it's not the contract you got to be deceived on. It's a device. And what are they going to do? Ecclesiastes 7:7 says, "Oppression makes a wise man mad. The gift destroyed. The gift destroyed the heart. The gift destroyed the heart." You know what I'm saying? It's going to be like, because it was this one TV show. It didn't really last. It was called Making a Deal with the Devil. And that's exactly what you would have to do. Because the physical counterpart of the demon Satan and stuff is Esau Edom, full-blooded spirit Caucasian. So in the TV show, to make a deal with the devil, you had to sit up here and to make a deal with the devil, you had to sit up here and to make a deal with the devil. You know what I'm saying? It would have to been something precious and stuff that you had to sacrifice and stuff for all the money that they was gonna give you. It could be protection, it could be money, it could be whatever benefits and stuff that you're looking forward to. You know what I'm saying? To drive you in. And it tells you that in James. It tells you that in James 1:13. And it says, "Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High. For the Most High cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man." Why? Because he gave us the blueprint and stuff of what's right and what's wrong. You see? And it says, verse 14, it says, "Well, every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust." It says, "and enticed." So let's get the word lust. And it says, a longing. It says, especially for what is forbidden. Concupiscence, desire, lust after. You see? So whatever they promoted in your face to choose, whatever they put in your face to choose and whatnot and stuff, that's what's going to be your lust. And it says enticed, right? So enticed is to entrap. That is to lure, to allure. You know what I'm saying? To lure someone in. It's like, look, I got this. Or what is it that you want and stuff? I can provide this, I can provide that and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You see? I can provide this and I can provide that and stuff. And all you got to do is that you got to take this. You see? Because what Esau is finna do and stuff is that he's finna put the squeeze on a lot of individuals where it's like, look, I'm finna make your life hard. And if you want it to be comfortable and easy and stuff and not have to go through the dread like anybody else and stuff who refused me, then guess what? You're going to have to take this, you're going to have to take this device, the size of a grain of rice. You're going to have to take it. You see? You're going to have to take it. And for those and stuff who don't want to take it, it's Matthew 10:35. It says, "For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and a daughter against her mother." It says, "and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law." And it don't have to necessarily be within that order. It could be somebody and stuff that you think you cool, trustworthy, trust, or who you trust. It could be somebody like that and stuff. And the thing is, uh, uh, it could be somebody you trust and stuff. And the thing is that look, if they're on the other side and stuff, if they're down for this world and stuff, then guess what? They're gonna agree for that. They're gonna turn you in. You see, you know, or you got certain individuals be like, they don't know what they talking about. You know, they crazy and whatnot and stuff. You see, they don't. You can't never pass up no deal like this. Whoop the whoop. You see, and they might try to even do it to you. You see, because look at everything. The scripture says, "Do my prophets no harm," and look at the people out here who don't believe. They do it anyways. You see, who gonna stop me? You see, who gonna stop me from doing this and whatnot and stuff? You see, you know. But in their minds and stuff, it's like, yeah, I'm cutting you off. But as it says in Romans, the 8th chapter and stuff, you know, the last 2 verses, it says, none. It talks about none can separate us from the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And it says neither another creature. You see, so that's why that question is placed there, because you're gonna have Jakes that's gonna do it. The brother Shakaria, what I think it's GMS two-edged sword 3, unless he made another one, I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've been on this page. And the thing is that he had said that he had said that he had said that damn. Well, so like it escaped me. Maybe it'll come back up. But this is Matthew 10 and 36. It says, "And a man's foe shall be they of his own household." You see, his own household. You know what I'm saying? You know, so your family members, your relatives. You see, you know, if they did it and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And guess what? You can't get blamed for that. And I also want to bring out this. Yeah, the Lord do say about the spirits of vengeance. You know what I'm saying? And it also says in Job 4:7, whoever perished being innocent. The thing is that if somebody else did it to you and you ain't accept it, then guess what? You exempt from that. You exempt. You exempt. You know? Now, of course, do like Eliezer, he spit it out, try to get it out. You know what I'm saying? You know? But hey, it's gonna be like some heavy consequences, because think about it like this: if you pull it out and stuff, what you think they're gonna be trying to do? Put it back in you, or grab another device and stuff and put it back in you? You see, or put it in you. You know what I'm saying? It cause you to be on the run, because now you can't even trust your relatives. You see, because somebody else did it and stuff. You see, you know. And I remember Elder Malcolm was showing. Well, you got many videos, movies out there, predictive programming and stuff, where they'll sit up here and try to what was called, it's called Manchurian Candidate. You see, Manchurian Candidate and stuff. And the thing is that it has Denzel Washington in it, and they're all military and stuff, and they go on this mission and whatnot and stuff, right? And all of them get hurt. Something was wrong with the mission. It was like a setup and whatnot and stuff. And then next thing you know what I'm saying, he you know, they got them in, he having these dreams, you know what I'm saying, of him being in a facility with the rest of his crew that was alive, you know what I'm saying, and they all had like bandages on their head and stuff, and they was doing this, that, and the third and whatnot and stuff. You know, it was all experimental, you see, and the government is not that far when it comes down to doing experiments, you know what I'm saying, on a lot of people, you see, you know. All they got to do is bribe another individual and stuff who will claim that they can give consent to you or consent for you. You see, you know, and he, you know, he was like, it's like he couldn't really speak on it. And the female that he was with, you know, the female he was with and stuff, or dating, he was like, they did something to me, you know. He'd be saying, I'll be having these dreams and whatnot and stuff, and they did something to me. And he had a friend to go to and stuff to get some shit removed out of his head. You see, because they did it without his consent. Yeah, you probably in the army and stuff, but the thing is that he ain't Greeks and no shit like that, and they did it anyways. You know, and I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there. You know, even with I'm always bring Eleazar. You know what I'm saying? You know, or even Yahushua. Can you get blamed for something that you ain't do? Yeah, you can say that it's the judgment of the Lord and stuff, but when it comes down to no MOTB, that's something you're gonna have to decide for yourself. You see, you're gonna have to either choose treason, because all Israelites and stuff made a covenant with Yahweh Shem Yashah, and that covenant is that agreement and stuff is still there. You see, even with us being underneath grace and stuff, that's for Israelites to come back and return unto the Lord. You see, so He still cares for us. The thing is that you got somebody else doing something towards you and stuff because you get blamed. Because other than that, if that was the case and stuff, then Yahweh Shai, he wouldn't have walked the earth perfectly if he would have get blamed and stuff for being impaled. You see, and that's just my two examples. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna be aware. You're gonna be aware. You're gonna be aware. You know, uh, uh, you gonna be aware. You see, because you're gonna have to go into a facility if they put it in your brain. They got to cut up in your skull. You see, right? Or they got or uh, or uh, uh, or if you want it in your hand and whatnot and stuff for commerce and whatnot and stuff, you see, then guess what? You're gonna be sitting up there. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna be sitting up there like, yeah, this is what I want and whatnot. That's the only way, right? So it says Matthew 10:36. It says, "And a man's foes shall be they of his own household." You see, and that's pretty much what it is. You know, you know, you got it was this Edomite woman, and she it was an old video and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Brothers used it in the past. You know what I'm saying? I posted on like one of my old pages and stuff, and probably did a sit down on it. And the thing is that when it came down to a little kid, she had two little boys. You know what I'm saying? She took them to the hospital or the clinic and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just so they can get chipped. You see? And the thing is that uh uh it's an old video. I know brothers gonna sit up here and be like, "Oh, you're a liar, you're a liar." No, I ain't no liar. Apostle Bar was on the bleachers. He was outside. Usually he do his sit down stuff outside and stuff if the weather decent. He had a coat on, so it was like. And the thing is that he was on the bleachers because you could see it in the background. And he was talking about if somebody put it in you and stuff that you weren't part of the elect, but that's not how it goes. You see. And there was times and stuff where I had asked, and a brother Banya had asked and stuff. It's like, yeah, what if somebody pretty much force it upon you? And the answer was always, you weren't part of the elect. But that's not how the scripture goes. You got to sit up here and choose. That's with every temptation and stuff that's out there. You got to choose if you're gonna do it or not. You see, going back to the James. You see, going back to the James. You see, so you gotta choose. And then with the brothers Zahar from Mississippi, the head of Mississippi camp, what he say? Spirit, Wind, and Judah. I did a sit down first and stuff saying that the MOTB was a choice, and then he did one following afterwards. You know what I'm saying, to confirm. Lord speak once or twice and men perceive it not and stuff. You see? And the thing is that you gotta take it yourself. So if somebody did it to you, oh man, you go out and then peer around. So the thing is that if somebody did it to you and stuff, and guess what? You can't get blamed for that. Yeah, it's gonna suck. You're gonna be feeling all shitty and stuff, you know what I'm saying? If the Lord dealing with you or not. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that if the Lord wasn't dealing with you and stuff, then guess what? You would have sat up there and chosen for yourself. You wouldn't have to need somebody else to do it for you. You see? And I'm gonna stand on that. 1 Corinthians 4:5. Close out with that. It's 1 Corinthians 4:5. And it says, therefore judge nothing before the time until the Lord come, who both will bring to light the hidden things of darkness and will make manifest the counsels of the hearts. You know what I'm saying? With the counsel of the hearts and stuff. What's the main thing? Are you gonna make it? Are you part of the elect? You know what I'm saying? You see? Are you rejected, whatever and stuff? Everybody gonna know if they rejected or not and stuff when the Lord comes. And that's what Apostle Har always say. He said, we gonna know who took that chip or not, you know what I'm saying, when the Lord returns. You see? And it says, and then shall every man have praise of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. You see? You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, the end all be all, the answer for all questions and stuff is when the Lord cracked the clouds and stuff, and then you gonna see. But until that time and stuff, do the best thing that you do and stuff is that you keep the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability, mingle with faith. You know what I'm saying? And whatever it is that you want to choose, I mean, whatever it is, uh, 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 whatever it is that you go through and whatnot and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You know, just be on that Proverbs 24 and 16. You know what I'm saying? You know, just man fall off and stuff and get back up again. Now, if you choose to take the NOTB, ain't no getting back up on it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to just choose that harsh life, which is gonna be a very testing thing and stuff when it comes down to a lot of people's spirits. You see? So I hope this video was edifying. I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Harakakodash, the Moana to the apostles, great millstone, and salutations to elect, which we hope to be. Shalom, wa Bob, wa Kwam Yashua.